Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Thanks for being with us. And I want to remind you to subscribe so you automatically know when the new episode splashes out to your phone every Sunday night at 7, or you can even watch on YouTube as well. You can subscribe to the podcast there. I'm Vinny. This is my wife, Tina. Hi. Hi. And we put a little feeler out there. It must have been about a week ago. We said, let's answer your questions.
Yeah, I like when we do the questions.
It's fun. It's been a while since we've done this, right? And I want to thank all of you who took the time to write to us. They were all DMs, so they're private questions, I guess. We probably shouldn't call out who actually sent them. Probably not the smart thing to do because they're quite personal. And if you have any questions, you can still submit them, and hopefully we can get around to them one day. You ready to answer some questions, babe?
Yes, I am. Oh boy, what are you going to hit me with here?
Here we go. The first question, you want to start off strong here?
Yeah, why not?
How to preserve intimacy after having kids.
Oh boy, who's going to go first here?
Well, that's a tough one.
Boy,
it's a tough one to answer.
It is.
I'll let you start.
How about there is no action in the bedroom right now?
Well, there's not none.
Not none, but it's maybe not as often as you would like there to be.
It's challenging though, right?
Of course it is.
You say to me all the time, you're like, because you don't have the let's be honest here, the drive has changed.
Yeah, the drive has taken a hit, and I am sure some women can relate with me. It's a bit even shy to talk about, a bit of embarrassing.
Yeah.
But
you're not alone.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe there's a good way to just open up. But yeah, you know what I mean? My body went through so much, and I don't know, my hormones are just going up and down here and there, and it's rare that I get as excited as I once did.
She's getting all shy. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's not something we really talk about. When we're talking about it on air right now.
Yeah, openly. It's fine, but you're not alone.
Something I talk about with you.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you're just as guilty as I am, but at night we're tired.
I know.
We've had long days. It's been a lot of broken sleep for the last 2 years.
And look, we as men, we have to be understanding of what your body went through. And I think the reality is a lot of us men are selfish in that regard. We forget. We don't think about that in the moment. We have our own needs and we say, oh, let's go do it. And then you're like, well, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. And in the moment, for me, sometimes it's annoying. But at the same time, I take a step back and I say, whoa, you gave birth to our children. You're doing so much for our kids.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I don't even, it's partially that, but I think also it's physiological. My body is just not the way it was 5 years ago when we met.
Do you mean after having kids, or just mean
my body's different now after having kids?
Yeah,
it's gone through so many changes, so that's why physiologically it's gone through a lot of changes, hormone imbalances, and then we're always worried. Is an oops gonna happen when we're not ready, or if we debate about having another kid or not. So I'm always a bit paranoid too, on top of being tired, on top of not having the drive or the libido.
But you mentioned being tired. I think it does start from a lack of sleep. That's kind of lack of sleep. Constantly, kids make you tired. If you have them 1, 2, 4, 7, not only if you don't have children, maybe your job really stresses you out and you're really tired all day long, and it's exhausting.
Mental stress too affects your
performance.
Not even performance, but
there has to be a performance.
Wanting your desire, your drive to have sex, or it takes a lot out of a person, especially for a woman. And sometimes I'm guilty. I'm like, okay, I feel bad. It's been a while. I don't know. It's been a week.
I know. You're like, get it over with. Hurry up.
Let me just make him happy. I know some women can, understand what I go through. And sometimes it's like, okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Look, our bedroom is like concerts in Montreal. They're not happening right now. Sorry, it's like the pandemic. Everything's been canceled. But once in a while. But the question is how to preserve it. We have learned though, the question is about intimacy. It's not just sex.
Yeah.
So how to preserve it, and Tina and I do make an effort because we are fortunate enough that when we put the kids down and we cuddle and we have warmth with each other of our bodies
sometimes
next to each other.
That's all we need.
And sometimes that's enough. More for you. But I'm kidding.
Me?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
But sometimes just to have that alone time is so important. Like we can't go to restaurants now, but when we can, we get your parents to watch the kids because we need some time to ourselves and to to just go for a walk and to just enjoy each other. It's so
Exactly.
underrated.
And all that is all part of intimacy. Just the time we spend
Yeah.
together, the quality time. It's just
Exactly.
to even just to have some alone time to talk to one another.
I know.
Sometimes that goes a longer way. Longer way than actually going on and having sex, or But if you do have any tips for us, please tell
let
us how
know.
you preserve the intimacy or your sexual relationships in the bedroom with us. We'd be more than happy to hear from you.
Absolutely. So I started with a doozy, on that one. That was a pretty heavy one. Let's move on to the next question. What one parent does that the other one doesn't? Good cop, bad cop situation.
Well, hats off. I'm bad cop. I've always been bad cop since day one.
Yeah, but you always say the bad cop because it's funny because you tell me to be the good parent.
Yeah, because one of us has to be.
Yeah, but then I lose my patience sometimes and I get like angry and I'm like, well, it's not easy. You're like, no, don't yell at them, babe. Be the good parent. Sometimes it's not so easy. It's really
Obviously, but you're gonna know when to yell at them and when not to. Like when it's merited, and let me do the yelling. I yell all day long, so
you're always pissed off.
I'm always annoyed with one thing or another with them.
But does there have to be a good cop, bad cop
But there
situation?
always tends to be. In many relationships that I've noticed, even just growing up in my own families, I always see the moms being the disciplinarians and the dads being the ones that the girl runs to. Daddy, can I have this?
And I can tell you resent that too. You resent it a little bit. Like, yeah. Well,
Yeah, because I'm always going to be looked at as that, the one, the disciplinarian, and the one who's going to be laying down the law.
Yeah, but I don't think it's fair for you to always have to do that. I understand.
I don't want to do it all the time. That's why I'd like for it to be shared. But I guess I take that. It's A, our characters, and B, I take that responsibility onto myself as well because I want them to take me serious and not walk over. We have daughters. I was once, a young girl.
A terror from what I hear.
A terror, yeah. You can. All my cousins and aunts and uncles could vouch at how bad I was as a kid. I used to bite. I used to hit. I had no friends till I was like 10 years old.
They told me that after I married her.
Yeah, my middle name was Dennis the Menace. Like I was 3 years old and my 10-year-old cousins were scared of me.
Imagine I found that out right before we had kids too, so that's great to know. Anyway,
yeah, so I'm usually going to be the bad cop and you're going to be the one that's going to be all mushy and they're going to run to you. Like already the door open, like when you open the garage door, Maya hears the garage door. It's like, Dada,
I know,
I love you, Dada. And I'm like, I'm the one that's taking care of you, changing your dirty diapers, feeding you, trying to teach you and educate you. I'm like, that's not fair. Like she even looks at me and says, I love you, Dada. I'm like, I'm mama.
First of all, Dada's just easier to say, but you're always the mother. You're the backbone. You're the foundation. You're the rock. You're the one that they're going to run to.
I hope so.
For every little thing, especially girls.
I have a fantastic relationship with my mother, so I'd hope to build the same with our daughters. And my mom was tough on me sometimes, and she was the bad cop, so to speak. And my dad was the one I'd be like, Dad.
I know. And I'll be honest. I always say to you, and I say to other people, I say this. I'm like, I'm not going to be a pushover dad.
You should never be.
I don't want to be. But then everybody who's had girls says, oh, you'll see. You'll see.
You're just going to melt, right? When they
funny.
bat their eyes at you and like, Daddy, I'd like this. Or
I already kind of feel that.
Yeah, when they come and they hug you and kiss you, you
it's
melt.
So hard. It's so
and
hard.
I'm like, I see, just my point right there.
But that's the same. That's like, it's because it's like the different genders. I know it because mother to mother, like you and Sia, our oldest, it's gonna kind of be like you're gonna butt heads a lot because you have similar characters. Yeah. She's not even 3, but we can already tell.
She's a photocopy of me.
She's just like a bit of a shit disturber.
Yep.
Very intelligent, and just gonna get on your case.
So I'm a shit disturber, right?
Of course you are.
I'm an ag. I'm a shit disturber.
No, but if good cop, bon cop, bad cop. What a great movie, by the way.
Great movie, yeah. 1 and 2.
Tina's definitely the bad cop. I would say 95% of the time. I get that 5%. One thing about me, I'm quite an impatient person, so I get angry when they don't listen
you finally
to me.
admit it.
Of course I do. What?
Yeah, you've been losing your cool with them a bit lately. I think it's also because you've been tired, you were sick, you had laryngitis recently. Combination of things.
The pandemic pisses us off. But so so when you tell them,
you off, of course. So you've lost your patience on the girls a little bit lately.
It's not fair, and we all do it. Every parent listening is guilty of it. You get mad at your kids, you take it out on them.
Yeah, but then they come to me.
Yeah, I
I start
know.
calling from.
So then
Sia
you love
starts
it.
calling for me. She's like, "Mommy."
But look, our 15-month-old is attached to Tina, even though she runs to me when she hears me come home or whatever. She still runs to you though, like
She does. Yeah,
or
she's very
calls for
attached
you,
to me.
or she doesn't call for you, but you can tell she goes to you.
I
quite
also think that
often.
has to do with her being a quote unquote a COVID baby.
Yeah,
She's been very attached to the hip to me.
I know.
From day one. I never leave her behind.
It's funny. This is kind of like along the same lines of who spoils the kids more, and with what. I think it's kind of even. We don't really spoil them to a certain degree.
Not yet, anyway. I
it's
mean,
kinda
there's
early.
nothing monetary
It's
or
kinda-
gifts
yeah.
and stuff. Like, they don't understand that yet, so we
Yeah.
don't really spoil them, but we do spoil them with love,
Of course.
you know, and little treats here and there.
Yeah.
Like, you always call me out when I give Sia some cookies after dinner. You're like, oh, you get a little.
Yeah, because
you
you
get
know
spoiled after dinner. You ate your dinner.
when she eats well,
She eats well.
we reward her. But
Reward her with
you
a
also
treat.
you encourage me to not give in to her sometimes when she's like, I'm trying to think of a situation where she wants something and you're like, no,
Yeah.
don't give in. Don't let her win. Don't teach her that. No,
Because then that's going to just go hand in hand with the pushover dad.
I know, and sometimes.
But sometimes,
it's tough.
especially in the future, you will make them win when I won't, and vice versa. I
Yeah,
will
I
be
know.
the good cop sometimes. Sometimes you'll be the bad cop, and we're gonna spoil them differently.
So we're taking your questions on this episode of the podcast. This one came in. The story. No. The story behind the pregnancy pillow. Serge.
Serge.
Sorry, I don't know why. And how effective it was. And I think I talked about this on my morning show. How you had this pregnancy pillow and you named him Serge. Serge. Why do I keep saying Serge? Serge.
Serge. You live in Quebec.
Yeah, I don't know why I
We
said
say
that.
Serge.
But why did you? First of all, can you tell us why, or you don't want to?
Okay, well, there's a bit of a backstory there. For those of you who know, I was engaged in the past, and my friends threw me a huge bachelorette
Yeah, engaged.
party.
This was before me.
This is before you, about two years before I met you. And my friends and my maid of honor threw me a big bachelorette party, and doesn't one of my friends go and buy a blow-up doll? And she presented to me at my cousin's house and expected me to walk around all around Montreal with this blow-up doll.
Did you?
And I did I? No. Okay. Wait. I don't think I did actually.
Okay.
So she named it Serge. I had no say in what the name was going to
There's
be.
a bar.
But
There's a bar in Montreal. Chez Serge.
yeah, there
That's
you
a
go.
mechanical bull, I think.
Oh yes, I think so.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
go,
so
continue.
maybe it stemmed from that. So that was Serge. We always joked about Serge and how he was my play doll that night, my blow up doll, and I had to schlep him around everywhere. But I think after we left my cousin's house to go downtown, I think I forgot him, quote unquote, in the car. I didn't want to be caught dead walking around with him.
So you get the pregnancy pillow, and then how do you?
So then I was Sarah's just kind of like always stuck, and it was always an inside joke with my friends. And then when I got pregnant and I needed a pregnancy pillow, I don't know, just out of nowhere, I said, okay, I'm going to call him Serge. And I would cuddle up with Serge every night and, wrap my legs around it and get all comfortable so I'm able to sleep.
So this damn pregnancy pillow, Serge, just killed the sex life because she ended up being so attached to this damn pillow.
It was the only thing that helped me
Yeah.
sleep.
No.
When I would try putting my legs over you to get comfortable, you'd push me away.
Push you away. Get off me now.
So I was
It's
like, okay,
uncomfortable.
Serge is the backup.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
he
kinda-
doesn't talk back. The pillow doesn't talk back. That's why he likes it.
and then obviously I never kept Serge. I think my friend kept him. And then next thing you know, she has a Halloween party a few years after my bachelorette, and she blew him up
No
again
way.
and put him in the shower
didn't know that
in her bathroom because she decorated her whole house for Halloween. And
That's funny.
and I looked in the shower and I said, "What's Serge doing there? Like taking a shower
He's
all
alive.
naked? He's alive. He resurrected."
That's
like,
funny.
yeah.
So-
So my friends all know about Serge.
This pregnancy pillow, and if you've used one, I mean, you seem to love it. I mean, they do seem
I love
comfortable
it.
when you made me try. So we went and had our kids, and you still kept the pregnancy pillow.
I did.
You kept months and months.
I don't use
after
it, but
Sia?
yeah.
No, but for a while you were using it, and it was
Yes.
in between us every damn night. And Sia must have been 6-7 months. I don't even know if you were pregnant yet. I don't remember. But
No, I wasn't.
You
I
kept
wasn't.
using the damn pregnancy pillow. I'm like,
I
when
just
is,
got used to it.
you preferred it over me.
Yeah, it didn't talk back to me. It didn't kick me away or kick my legs off of it.
Damn,
I
Serge.
got to hug it and kiss it.
Do we still have the pillow, by the way?
We have, yeah, we do. It came in 2 pieces, so the first part of it could be used as a breastfeeding pillow, and then the other part of it
Oh
was
yeah,
for,
there's
to
a
wrap
zipper. You know, it's funny.
the
I
legs
think
around.
that pillow got more action in 6 months.
Sorry. I'm so
I'm
sorry.
kidding. That's funny. And I just remember you having like naughty dreams because of it. You were
I
just
probably
lying
did.
on him, and you kept like you called his name one time. Like, this is weird, man. This is very strange.
Yeah, I thank my friends for that one. Getting me a blow-up doll for my
That was
bachelorette.
so weird. And thank you for asking that question. We haven't talked about that in a long time.
I don't think I've used Serge now in about a year, if not more.
So we appreciate that. And jeez,
Any
This
more?
this is the last question. Well, it's about going back to intimacy in the bedroom. These are all kind of related a little bit.
I guess
eh?
that's what people are interested in hearing about.
How to bring up let's try blank in the bedroom.
Oh God,
We
we never did that.
we
Actually.
never did a whole lot of experimentation.
No, even before I got pregnant with Sia.
There was never any. Is that bad that we didn't kind of go
don't
down
know.
that route? Like
I don't know. We didn't do the kinky stuff.
all the
uh,
creative stuff that,
creative stuff. Yeah.
that people do. So how to bring it up,
For us, it was just
uh,
enough going away for a night or going on vacation, and
I guess. But if you want to know how to bring it up, I would do it like in like a creative way.
yeah, you're.
You know?
I would see you being able to do that.
Well, if it's like some sort of message that you could slip in somewhere, or like in your husband's lunch or something, and then they're reading lunch, they're at work or something, and they're just going through their cooler.
But yeah, you eat lunch at home.
No, not me, but I mean like in other situations maybe that you're in. If you want to get creative, you got to find the right moment. When you're both in a really good mood, because I've made.
And when
that
you're not
mistake.
tired, and when you're on a full stomach.
Yeah, full stomach. That's what I've learned. And slide some desserts in before you desserts and snacks
Or chips for you.
Chips. You gotta like butter them up a little bit. So those are all pretty much the questions that we wanted to answer today. There was one question about pets. I mean, we can't relate with that. Oh, well,
You had pets growing up.
I had cats,
Yeah.
but the thing is, now everybody tells me like you're gonna want to get a dog.
Oh, I always wanted a dog growing up. I
And you
think I
never
asked my
got it.
parents 100 times. Never got it because in my family, no one has pets.
The thing
We're not a pet family.
I'm just worried though, and maybe there'll be people who disagree with me. Like, we have 2 kids, but I'm worried that it's going to be so much work, extra work. If
But
you
a
get
pet
dog.
doesn't have to be a dog.
No, that's
Why?
true. It could be
It
anything.
could be anything. It could be fish. I
Be a
had
hamster.
goldfish. Could be a hamster.
I had a turtle when I was growing
A
up.
turtle. There you
They were
go.
pretty easy. You just pop them there and leave them there and get the fuck out.
I think goldfish or a nice aquarium. Wouldn't it be beautiful to have one of those big aquariums with all exotic fish and we take care of it? And no,
And then one of our daughters knocks it down and it's a shit show.
no. The real big aquariums.
I guess so. Really? You seriously want
Yeah.
that? No, oh my God.
What about your cat? The last one you had when we met.
Yeah, what
Hershey.
about
He was bad.
Oh yeah,
he
it's
was a
funny.
bad cat. He hated me.
We never talked about that.
No.
So growing up, I had about 4 or 5 cats throughout my childhood, and then the last one, his name was Hershey, and we had Hershey for a good maybe 6-7 years or so. But he was mean. He didn't have a nice bone in his body. He wasn't the type that cuddled with you or anything.
Couldn't pet him. I don't
No.
think I once pet him in 3 years.
All my previous cats, I used to cuddle with them watching TV. I always had cats growing up, and then Hershey was the type who was like mean. He used to bite you. I don't know where the hell he came from. I forget. And then you used to come over at my mom's when we first started dating, and you were shit scared.
I was, and I was allergic to cats. I still am allergic to
it's true.
cats.
So I would literally take it,
By the neck.
take him by the neck, and throw him outside. I know it sounds bad, but
No, you never hurt him.
I never heard him. But I'm like, so once I think was it when you got pregnant? My mom's like, we gotta.
That was before. I think it was right after your mom got her surgery.
Yeah, on her
surgery.
eye. Yeah. And she's like, we got to get rid of the cat because, we were nervous. We were nervous that the cat was going to, there was already a bunch of kids in the family and then more kids were on the way. And
Yeah, your mom got nervous that the cat
got
would be
nervous
aggressive
and-
towards the babies.
so I think she brought him to the SPCA
Yeah.
because it was like,
Yeah.
this
He was
is,
getting old too.
Yeah. But man, like vicious. Like he would see Tina. I thought it was a sign. Like I wasn't supposed to be with you.
Oh, what about your first cat that was named Raphael? Same name as my
Your
ex.
ex. Oh,
my
Jesus.
ex-fiance.
Yeah, we buried him in the backyard.
Well, there you go.
There's a few cats buried in the back.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anyways, thank you for all the questions. We appreciate it. Feel free to keep submitting questions whenever you want. And by all means, we're no specialists. We just talk from experience.
Yeah.
and we talk from a good place and an honest place and a transparent place, and that's what this podcast is all about. We don't really need to go and get experts and stuff. We just want to be.
We just like experts in meat.
Yes, we are experts
we
in meat.
love experts in meat.
Nice segue
Our
there,
friends
babe.
at Steak Bleu.
It was well done. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to wish them a happy 1 year anniversary. Steak Bleu already been around 1 year. I think it was
last April.
Late April. They celebrated 1 year, and if you haven't tried them yet, I'm telling you, you're missing out. Fresh meat delivered right to your door, vacuum packed, different cuts of meats. They just announced they have
fish.
They have fish now.
Because they want to introduce the whole surf and turf idea. So get nights like filet mignon, sirloins, tomahawks.
It's all there.
And pair it up with a nice tuna steak, lobster, salmon.
Sounds so good.
You can check out their menu. They're doing steak bleu. Hello? No, I don't remember.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But check them out, steakbleu.ca. And they always offer a discount to those of you who listen to the podcast. We really appreciate it. It's our thank you to you. If you go to steakbleu.ca and you type in FAST10 at checkout, boom, they'll knock off 10% off your order.
Yeah. So tanti auguri for your first anniversary.
That's incredible.
Wishing you
guys.
lots of success.
Keep up the amazing work.
Yes.
Tanya, Joe, Mark, the whole crew. We love you guys. And thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Grazie.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye. Ciao.